Football is back, baby. Yes. Yesterday, the Baltimore Ravens rookies reported to the first day of training camp. This is a time and an opportunity for the Baltimore Ravens rookies to come and get more acclimated with the team. This is a time where they can come in and showcase their skills without having veterans around being kind of nervous in the presence of certain superstars. And the team can concentrate on solely the rookies to see what they're doing wrong, to see where they may place on the depth chart, and who may have an upper leg in snagging a starting role, or even just a spot on this team. Now, the Ravens can get down to business. No more structured practices, walkthroughs, and just strength training. They actually get to go out there and hit, see who can actually make plays, who can handle the rigors of being an NFL player for the very first time. And then next week, in less than a week actually, the veterans return to Baltimore to start training camp for themselves. So by this time next week, all of the Baltimore Ravens shall be in camp minus one person. I was hoping by the start of this week, by the start of rookie training camp, that the Ravens were going to be able to go in and sign Mike Green, but it has not happened. There are still 30 of 32 second-round players that have not signed a contract yet, each looking for a fully guaranteed or close to fully guaranteed deal. And I did a video on this previously, and I thought to myself, I get it. The league doesn't want to start a precedent with these fully guaranteed contracts. They want to keep the money as low as possible for as long as they can. Unlike other sports leagues, there's a cap on what these NFL players can get. And to me, it is insane that the football players, if you are not a superstar, make the least amount of money, even though they put more wear and tear on their bodies than mostly anybody else in the sports world. And yesterday I got into a conversation with Lunch Break Hot Take, and we were discussing this issue. And then I thought about it, and I had to look something up. I'm thinking to myself, fully guaranteed contracts. The Texans did it first. The Browns did it right after them, like immediately after they signed their second round pick. The Browns went out and did the same thing. But then I was like, don't the Browns have another second round pick? Are they going to offer him a fully guaranteed contract as well? And then I decided to do a little bit deeper dive into this because I'm thinking second round picks make money compared to what I make. But overall, when it comes to the world of the NFL, how much are they going to make? So I looked at last year's 59th selection in the second round. And that turned out to be offensive tackle Blake Fisher. He signed a 4-year, $6.59 million deal with $3.56 million guaranteed. So in total, his deal was around about $6,600,000. So you take the price inflation and how prices go up each and every year. I'm just going to round it up and say that Mike Green is going to get a 4-year, $7 million deal. And they have a problem of guaranteeing $7 million. So there's a possibility that the Ravens are going to stunt the growth of a player over maybe a $3 million in guaranteed difference. To me, it's just not worth it. I don't understand it because the Ravens throughout the years have signed players that they've had on the team for a week or two and cut them. And then that counted towards the dead cap money. And they've done this throughout the franchise's history. So what difference would $3 million truly make? Okay, maybe he does not make it to his fourth year. Maybe he does. Maybe he balls out. But we don't know right now because he's not on the field and he's not taking part in training camp where he needs these needed reps to acclimate himself to the NFL, the game, the speed, the concepts, everything that is going on. Even his teammates look at him and say, that guy is going to be special. And we've seen in the past how guys have missed parts of training camp, parts of practices, and did not get fully up to speed during the first portion of the season. Being that the Ravens are in a Super Bowl window right now, I'm not understanding it. When I first heard the news of second rounders wanting to get fully guaranteed contracts, I'm thinking to myself like, 30 mil, 20 mil, that might be a lot of guaranteed money for a second round pick. But you are under $10 million. And the further along you go down the line with these second round picks, the less the money becomes. But I do understand it is a collusion case. It is an instance where there's owners, league execs, GMs that want to come together and say, you know what, we're going to take a stand. We're going to keep these prices down. And what we don't understand is there is a players pool. This money is not coming out of the owner's pockets. It is money collected, revenue generated from the league that goes into a pot where you are supposed to pay your players. And we're fighting for a Super Bowl. We are fighting to get over that hump, to get back to that place where we have not been for a very long time. And you're telling me that there is a $3 million speed bump, a $3 million hiccup that could do damage to this player, that could do damage to a person. Because if he gets too far behind and he's not in football shape. Not saying he won't be, but you never know what things can happen, being that somebody's not around his teammates, somebody's not at the facility practicing and doing everything that everybody else is doing, and then come in and try to play catch up essentially. So to me, hopefully this gets resolved over the next few days. Hopefully he can partake in the rookie mini camp where it's just him and fellow rookies doing their thing, not worrying about veterans being around critiquing and being nervous about Lamar Jackson being in the building at that time. So by the time that the vets do show up, they're comfortable enough to be themselves, play their hardest, and the Ravens can field the best 53-man roster that they can and the rest of the guys for the practice squad. So am I tripping? Like, is it just me? Or do you think that $7 million is a lot of money, NFL wise, not regular people wise, to be fretting over getting your second round pick signed? It's hard for me to say. And also in NFL news, guess what? We are only 50 days away from the start of the 2025 NFL season. And while looking online, looking for something that I could talk about, I came across an article with the 50 underrated players that could shape the 2025 NFL season. I just wanted to see if there were any Baltimore Ravens on this list, what outside sources thought about the Baltimore Ravens in general as a whole, and one Raven actually did make this list. Can you guess who it is? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Can you guess? Do you know? Anybody? Okay. Coming in at 26 was Baltimore Ravens offensive tackle Andrew Vorhees. And the article stated that the Baltimore Ravens returned every significant piece of the team except for the left guard. And that Andrew Vorhees produced mixed results in the 3 games that he started in last year. Hopefully with a little more experience, with him getting some action under his belt, he can play a little bit better. He adjusts to the game a little bit easier. He's definitely, in my opinion, possibly going to be a lot stronger. But will that strength make a difference when you have not seen a full regular season of what defensive coordinators can throw at you? Can he stay healthy? Is he going to gel with the rest of this offensive line? I know he won the starting job last season by default, big surprise, but will he be able to do it this year? Because what the Ravens have done, they've added key pieces here and throughout the offseason to make this team stronger. But they kind of kept the offensive line as is. They brought in a couple of backups here and there. They drafted a few guys, but there is no real competition at the left guard position with Pat McCarr going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So hopefully he can learn, he can get better, he can diagnose plays and actually help this team, because during the playoffs, this offensive line gets pushed around, and it's not just the left guard position that gets beat. And I just think by the team having moving parts, a new guy here, a new guy there each and every season, it messes with the continuity of the team. It messes with the communication of the offensive line. Even if you go through 17 games together, when you have years of experience working beside people, you know what they're thinking. You know what they are going to do. When they see certain stunts or certain twists, you know what your guy's going to do and you know what man to pick up. But when you are a newly formed line, you don't have any idea. You have an idea of what your assignment is, but there are some times where you have to go off kilter. You have to go off script and say, you know what? He may not see that guy, so let me go pick him up. And the only way that you can get this is with experience. And with Vorhees missing his entire rookie season, playing and starting in 3 games last year, has he played enough to get better, to protect an MVP level quarterback, open lanes for a Hall of Fame type running back? We are so close. Like, I am so excited for this season to start because we are so close to winning a Super Bowl. And I don't want one little thing to mess it up. It's not all on Andrew Vorhees. It is on his teammates to help him. It is on his coaches to coach him. But for right now, going into training camp, we need to see what he has. We need to see, can he man up, especially if this defense is better than it was last year. Practice is going to tell us a lot about what he can do. And if he can't get it done, is Ben Cleveland going to get a legitimate opportunity to start for this team if he is the best player? Or will the Ravens have to look outside of this organization to find the guy to man the position? All I want, I don't care who it is. It can be Vorhees, it can be Cleveland, it can be No Boom, it can be Emory Jones Jr. I do not care who it is. Just make sure you have the 5 best guys on the line to protect Lamar Jackson. And speaking of Lamar Jackson, he's coming back next week. Next Tuesday, Lamar will be back in town on a football field preparing for the 2025 NFL season. And I'm extremely excited to see what he can do going into year 3 of Todd Monken's system. We saw what he did last year, which was outstanding. People said in 2019, when he had his unanimous MVP season, where he threw 36 touchdowns on the least amount of passes in the NFL. They said that his touchdown to interception ratio was not sustainable. Like, it's an anomaly for his season. 36 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Lamar can't do that. Again, he can't get any better. Then we go to 2024, where Lamar had the most passing attempts of his career. The most. Now we see what happens when he gets an opportunity to throw the ball. He throws for a career high in yardage with 4,172 yards. He throws for a career high in touchdowns, 41 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Never been done. His efficiency is off the charts. He has a 10-to-1 interception to touchdown ratio. So that 2019 season, which was unanimous, was not even his best season. And with Lamar getting more acclimated, he said it on Cold as Balls, pause, with Kevin Hart, that the game is starting to slow down for him. And the last thing that the NFL needs, the last thing that these teams need to see is the game getting easier for Lamar Jackson. Because even at his worst, he still made professionals look like amateurs. So next week starts the journey of Lamar Jackson. Don't care where you rank him from these podcasts and publications and prognosticators.
No! Oh, shit! Say it again! Say something else! Oh! Say something else!
He's QB1 in my book. He's QB1 for the Baltimore Ravens, and he just continues to get better. Every time you guys doubt him and say that he can't do this and he can't do that, he proves you wrong tenfold. Like, he doesn't just meet expectations or beat expectations, he obliterates them. And I can see this season Lamar having a 5,000-yard, 50 touchdown season on the horizon and taking the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl. And it is extremely important that we get this done this year, because next year we're going to have a whole different team. Each and every season, the team changes slightly, but there may be mass changes coming with the Baltimore Ravens. If the Ravens can't get an extension done with Lamar Jackson lowering his cap number, there may be some guys that are going to be cap casualties because the Ravens don't have that money to spread around. So in lieu of the Ravens waiting for Lamar Jackson to see what he's going to do with this contract extension, even though the team said we are going to get it done, Lamar is going to be the highest paid player in the NFL. We just have to wait and see what it happens. But in the meantime, there are rumors that there are 3 Baltimore Ravens that they are looking to give an extension to right now. Especially with everybody being in training camp, it's a lot easier to have conversations. It's a lot easier to bring in that dialogue between the team and the player to see what can happen for the future. And with those 3 players, you have Isaiah Likely, Tyler Linderbaum, and Kyle Hamilton. Now, technically, Kyle Hamilton, going into his 5th-year option next season, is the only one that is under contract right now. So they don't have to get it done. But for me, I've said this before, get it done before things get a little too expensive. And with Linderbaum, I know that some people think that he may be expendable. They have some guys on the team that can take over. But when you have a Pro Bowl center, maybe the best, second best, depending upon who you ask, in the league, you have to keep guys like that around. And Isaiah Likely, he is going to take over for Mark Andrews, whether it's this season, whether it's the postseason, whether it's next season. So why not get it done now before he explodes this year and he prices himself out of Baltimore? Because teams know what Isaiah Likely can do. But if you actually give him the lion's share of the snaps during the season and he puts up those ungodly numbers, teams are going to come crawling. So to me, it is smart that the Ravens are trying to get these guys extended right now, especially when you know you're going to re-sign them. These are guys that you know you're going to get. What is the sit and wait approach going to do for you but make them more expensive? You spend extra money that you really don't want to spend. Now, you don't have that extra money that you would have had if you would have extended players long ago. So kudos to the Ravens. If this is true, get these guys signed. Give them the comfortability. Give them the satisfaction of knowing, listen, I want to be here. I'm signed. I'm going to stay here. Now I can play free and not worry about injury. Because when you're in the last year of your contract, the one thing on your mind is don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. And that is when players get hurt, when they start thinking about not getting hurt. So giving them that security blanket, to me, is the smartest thing that the Ravens can do. Now all we have to do is focus on winning the Super Bowl.